Okay, welcome back. Just give you a bit of an update. I've started to rebuild the rear end in between sanding and bogging up the body. So I've completed new bushes through the swing arm, not greased up yet. I've just finished wheel bearings on this side. I'm just going to do this one here now. One thing that I've done, it had needle roller bearings in the rear, and you can get tapered bearings which are way better. So it should be a lot better to install and adjust and whatnot. So I'll just run you through what I'm doing here. Let me just set up. Yep, we'll go this way. Okay. So I knocked the other bearings out of the stub axle. They had a spacer in between them. The spacer doesn't go back with the taper bearings. There's not enough room for it. The needle roller bearings required these for whatever reason, I'm not quite sure. So the first thing I'll do is knock the outer race into the rear, then pre-grease the bearing, put it in, put the seal on. It goes this way, face down to keep the grease in, stop the grease coming out and spraying up inside the backing plate where the brakes are. So that's my plan now. You can see inside there's a solid there's a recess area where the inside inner race goes, and it's got to bottom out, so it's really important that we get it down. Now I use a copper hammer to get it started. Now the copper's softer than the case hardened steel, so it won't damage it at all. I'll get it started and then I'll move over to a punch, which is just an old shaft out of something, which is this thing here. But again, it's softer than the case hardened inner race. So just nice and even all the way around. You're flat out damaging them, so you can really, it's really tough steel, so don't be frightened to hit it hard. Getting close to the recess where the seal sits up against. I don't know if you can see that in there, but that recess bit there is the seal hits up against that. So now I have to get just right on the edge of the inner race with the punch, which can be a little bit tricky, but patience. There she goes now. It's going. And you can usually hear when it's bottomed out on where it's supposed to be. But fortunately you can see as well. So that's done. So I might do the other inner race before I grease it up and put the seals in, just to save making a mess and then cleaning up twice. Again, we don't need those spaces. Now on this bench, I'm doing this right above the leg on the bench to give me something solid to hit against, because you do have to hit it fairly hard. That's going nicely. And you can there she goes. So what I'm doing, I'm getting the palm of my hand there and holding with my fingers, holding this out on that edge so it doesn't slip off, which seems to be pretty successful. And I'll just go round and round and round nice and evenly. Last one went in a bit easier than this, but it will go. Nearly there. There she goes. Okay. Not quite on this side. That's good. Just wipe it, make sure I've got no burrs left in there from this. Knocks a few, you see it's knocked a few bits off it, so I don't want them in there. Okay, now the bearings come with a bit of grease. So it's always good to swipe the grease into the bearing until you see it come out the top. Just like this. And you see it just starting to come out through the top, so you know it's got plenty of grease in it. You can buy tools to do this, but I'm used to getting it done this way. There we go. Just put a bit of grease on there as well. Drop that in. And we shall put the seal in. Right around the edge. Okay, so we'll grease up the next bearing. And again, just swipe it in till you see it coming through. You can never put too much in there, that's for sure. There you go, look at that. See how it's pushed it out right through the rollers. Beautiful. Did this one a bit better than the other one, to be honest. That shall do me. I'm going to squeeze the rest of this grease inside. Okay, done. So one thing to keep in mind, the left hand side has a left hand thread. Now if you're not aware of that, you'll be there all day trying to undo it. So I just had to remind myself when I was doing it then, because the nut wouldn't start. Well, I'll just put a little bit of grease around where the seal runs. There we go, straight on. The other side is a little bit tighter than that, but I'm on the right. Big flat washer. Now this one should be the left-hand thread, if I remember correctly. Yep. I don't know really why, because it's the left-hand wheel rotates a different way, I suppose. But if the pin falls out, throws the nut, keeps the nut on. Now what I generally do is over tighten this and then back it up, and that just makes sure all those races are squeezed in. Perfect. There we go. Done. You could tie the Queen Mary up with these things here. I don't know why they're so big, but I'm just going to leave it like that for the time being. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Pretty easy to do. All new rubbers, both sides. I had to drill and tap a couple of them out that I broke off and was falling it apart. As you can see, I've got adjustable cones going in. This thing was a bit average, so I've ordered some new ones. I did put the slave cylinders in, but took them out again because wasn't happy with those circlips holding it in. So that's the end of the wheel bearings.